grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the UCF Knights, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Bearcats will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So UCF's offense will start this game off with the football. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
And this offense, man, they run the football, then they want to bootleg and get you really sold on that run. Nice job by the inside linebacker, man. You see him. He doesn't bite it. He sees it, chases the bootleg, runs the quarterback down outside the pocket for the sack.
Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Starting to feel a little pressure. It's complete on the right side. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. All right, guys, let's talk a little UCF. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Makes the catch. It's Jenkins. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games, and you got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Sperry. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
It really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. They're about to exhaust their opening script on the first drive of the game. 12th play coming up here on third down. Let's it fly. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, UCF.
about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bearcats offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Using the quick game. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hilton. Just keeps moving. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Westbrook. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
That's a way to get some breathing room. He's got 5 out to the 9-yard line.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole play.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Knights! He got a step and just dusted the field.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off.
Cincinnati, 0.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Westbrook. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
This time he's got it. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last two plays. Let's see if they go up top on 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Hilton. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Off play action. Finds his big tight end. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle trying to steamroll his way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Are forced to settle for 3. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Jenkins. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Handoff to the single back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Using his feet. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few...
Touchdown, UCF! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest, put 6 up on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. The thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Texas State. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Westbrook. Bears the pressure. That's caught, it's Lindsey. Oh, there might have been trouble if they hadn't knocked him down so quickly. The Bearcats want to pick up the tempo. Gonna look downfield again. Under fire. Looking to scramble. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mayava. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll try to move on from that 1st down play. 2nd and goal from the 12. Back to pass, it's Westbrook. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And that touchdown was massive for the offense. Gives them confidence heading into halftime. But remember, they're going to be receiving first in the 3rd quarter, so they get an opportunity to cut even further into this lead. That was a huge play.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The run to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the run. Runs through a tackle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Right on the money. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field. And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling in the ground.
He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Knights.
UCF.
Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Quickly complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. He's got an open man. Racing down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. He's looking deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. There's a difference between being physical and pass interference, and that was way over the line. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. snap to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. Oh, they're after him. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Westbrook. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. And tackled there by the defense. The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And that's they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out. He's got great speed. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Middle Tennessee is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Murfreesboro.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And the Bearcats decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, UCF! And the punishment has been extended.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Westbrook. Fires one high and deep. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. And the Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep his 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out and get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the tight end. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down. The Bearcats have their offense in high gear. They just keep firing. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now the connection takes it to the 11. It's 1st down from the 11. They'll run play action. They're working that left side. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Rides the back on the option to give. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps.
Touchdown, Cincinnati! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? How about this? These guys are going for 2. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. He'll ride his man on the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Gets it out fast. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes. The 20. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. Touchdown Knights! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll pitch it. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
The short hands, it's Hilton. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down. Dropping back, it's Westbrook. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great.
Breaks into the open. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he's finally down, sliding in safely after the huge pickup. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. looking to fire. Rushes on him. And the sack all the way back at the 5. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Running into the open space. And there they go again, another huge gain on the ground.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
The Knights come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Oh, he's got some space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game.
He's going for the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UCF! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
UCF.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Westbrook. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room.
Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Looking to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Lindsey. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's caught. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lindsey. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They want to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen. The Bearcats in the hurry up. Back to pass on second down. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the extra point was good. So a drive there of 85 yards. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this,